Hi everyone and welcome back to Kelly's Kitchen on Big OGGIE World. Today we're going to do a soup recipe. We've done a few recently, but this one is going to be interesting because it's a vegan recipe. And it's
Don't turn off. Don't turn off.
No, don't, because it's one of our favourite soups. I love mushroom soup. Do you love mushroom soup?
My absolute favourite is mushroom soup. Yeah.
But of course, if you all know, if you get a tin of mushroom soup, it's always cream of mushroom soup. And if you make a mushroom soup, generally it asks for milk or cream. Me and John are not on any dairy at the moment at all. So this is a vegan soup, and we're getting it from River Cottage Good Comfort by Hugh Fernley Whittinstall.
He's one of my heroes, I will say, over the years. So.
And this is a cream of
in quotes
roasted mushroom soup. There's a clue. And instead of adding any dairy or anything to it, we're going to make the creaminess with cashew nuts. So this is a first for me and John, but it sounds lush. You will see the ingredients. John's put a picture of the ingredients up. It does look like an awful lot of mushrooms, and it is a lot of mushrooms, but this recipe will make you about 2 litres of soup. So this is a freeze away recipe. Use what you need and freeze up the rest for another day.
Again, that's what we want to do right now, don't we?
Yeah.
We want to save money, make you batch
cook, yeah. And because there's no dairy in it, you can freeze it absolutely fine. It's not a problem. Okay. So to start off with, I need to chop roughly all of my mushrooms, my onion, my carrot, my celery, and 3 fat cloves of garlic, and the cashew nuts, and put them all in 2 large roasting trays. You're going to split them between 2 because it's quite a lot of it. They need to be roasting trays because you're going to be adding a little bit of stock to it at a later stage. And also, mushrooms are quite watery anyway, so there's going to probably be quite a lot of juice, which is what we want. So I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll come back to you when I'm ready for the next stage. Okay, so I've got all of the mushrooms and the carrot and the celery and the cashew nuts, along with a bay leaf each and a sprig of thyme. Thyme's optional, you don't have to use it if you don't want to, into the baking trays. And then we're going to season with salt and pepper. Don't worry if you haven't got enough, you can add some again later. And then we're going to trickle, says she, with a great big bowl, olive oil over each of the pans.
I love the fact when you see chefs on the telly and they go, I'll just put a teaspoon or a tablespoon of olive oil in, and they just throw loads in, aren't they? It's never balanced. So just put a gentle amount in.
It suggests a tablespoon in each. And then you have to get your hands dirty a bit because you have to toss it around to make sure everything's mixed up and covered. So I will say with our mushrooms, we used 3 different types of mushroom. The recipe suggests that you use darker coloured mushrooms like chestnut mushrooms because they're more flavoursome. So we used a mixture of chestnut mushrooms, mini portobello mushrooms, and just flat filled open mushrooms. You might also see that I have peeled some of my mushrooms. I tend to peel the open mushrooms just because I prefer it. The recipe doesn't say you need to do that, and I'm pretty sure you can just bung it in. I certainly didn't peel my chestnut mushrooms, but if there is loose skin, then I tend to sort of take it off. So this now goes into a oven heated to 170 degrees for a fan. At the bottom of the video, John will put the conversions to ordinary, electric, and also gas. He's looking at me at gas, like, oh my
I'll
God.
get the calculator out.
I'll tell you what it is, I just, you know. So these are going to go in now, and they're going to roast for 20 minutes at 170. So we'll see you in a little while. So the veggies had its 20 minutes in the oven, and it smells delicious. The recipe now asks you to pour 100 ml of white wine between the two trays, and then you're to put the trays back in, give it a stir up, and put the trays back in the oven for another 20 minutes. Now, we're not having wine at the minute because we're doing a juice fast. So what I have done...
Hang on. Hello. Welcome to OGGIE's kitchen.
It's not OGGIE's kitchen.
We're not having alcohol right now, is that right? Because of a juice fast, we're not having alcohol. Cocktail is very good to be made in between the video though. Yeah.
Well, anyway, so what I've done is the actual recipe asks for 800 ml of vegetable stock to blitz the soup up with at the end. So I've made 900 ml of stock, and I'm going to use 100 ml of it over the vegetables now instead of the white wine. Obviously, if you want to put the white wine in, you're more than welcome to, but to be quite frank, I'm not really bothered about putting wine into recipes.
It's a waste.
Well,
sometimes. Also, obviously, if you're trying to make this as a budget recipe, why would you go out and buy a bottle of wine just so you can put a splash of wine
100 ml.
in a menu? Yeah.
So I'm going to put a little drizzle in here.
Restaurant menu. I've had a few to be many of these already, I think. Blimey. In a recipe, that's the one. Am I ruining your video now?
Well, you've got to edit it, mate.
That's true. I'll leave it in. You always said it's in Kelly's kitchen, but I do like popping in from time to time. Like, being behind the camera is a bit boring sometimes. If you haven't seen this recipe yet, it's on Cocktail Corner. We put out cocktails every Friday, do we not?
We do.
I think it's a very good one. This is the side
Let's
part.
just say this, right? John's not had any solid food for 10 days now.
I know.
And he's drinking a cocktail that will knock your head off. So he's a bit chattier than normal at the minute.
I'm going to have to have a sleep in a minute. Do you say I got to edit this later? Yeah, I probably do. I'll go back behind the camera.
So these are going to go back into the oven for another 20 minutes-ish. You need to keep an eye on it. What we're trying to do now is make sure that our carrot and all the vegetables are soft so that we can blitz it all up together. So back they go. Okay, so the soup has now had its full amount of cooking time. Hooray! And it smells delicious. So next thing is to get it out of the oven and then empty all of the vegetables, including any juices, into a jug blender, and then add stock and blitz it. So we're probably going to have to do this in 2 lots because I don't think I'm going to...
Well, there's a lot.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do it all in one go. So we're going to have to do one tray and then the next tray. So first tray going in. Obviously be careful because this is really hot. Sorry about your sound, John, but...
It's fine. You take as long as it takes because every piece of that is goodness.
So I'm going to add about 400 ml of stock to that because this is
You're going half and half.
Yeah.
Okay. Good enough. Again, put a tea towel or something over these because, let's be honest, it's very hot liquid and you don't want it all splashing out everywhere.
And the problem with this one is you do need a jug blender, not a stick blender, because you are blending nuts. So I don't think like a stick blender will probably do it. But if you've got a really strong one, then go for it.
Or if you quite like a little bit of nutty bits in it. But the idea is the nuts will cream the soup. So blitz it to an inch of its life, I think.
Ready?
Let's go.
Right. Yeah, it looks creamy. I'm going to pour it into a saucepan. There you go. You can see.
I've got to say that's a surprise, isn't it? That's just amazing how that did that. Who would have thought that what is inherently a handful of nuts?
It wasn't much more than a handful of nuts at all. Right, let's try and get the second one out. Oh, I know what I didn't do. I didn't take out the
thyme.
Yeah. So that one's got thyme smashed into it.
It'll be fine. Yeah, take out your thyme and take out the bay leaf, I believe. If you can find it, there you go. That'll be fun, won't it?
I can see the bay leaf.
Okay.
There it is.
But, you know, it'll be wholesome.
If you mind that back a bit.
There you go.
Right, bay leaf's out, thyme's out.
So if I'm Johnny, were you
I am not Fanny, no.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Right, the rest of the stock going in with this one. Can't believe how thick it comes up. It smells gorgeous.
Well, if it tastes like it smells, we're having a great tea tonight. Can't wait for dinner.
Right, I'll just get a spatula. And
Yeah, you've actually got to spatula that out because it is so thick.
it does say, can you see me here? I don't know if you can see me here. It does say in the recipe book that if it's too thick, you can add some more hot water just to loosen it up. I guess it's a personal preference thing. If you like your soups really thick.
I also think the second tray you used was your main tray, so it had probably more of the veg in, even though we didn't notice that so much. So thicker goes into thinner, it'll be fine.
Right, now you taste it, and if you need extra salt and pepper, you add it now. So let's give it a little test.
That's going to be very hot. Remember the last one?
Yeah, I burned my mouth on the last one.
Blow, Kelly, blow. Blow more, Kelly.
Oh, that is good.
Good?
That is really good.
Okay.
For a vegan soup,
How would you know?
you
Really?
wouldn't know.
No?
And you absolutely wouldn't know that there are nuts in that instead of cream.
Because you're not on camera, you're not a nut fan, are you, really?
No, I'm not, which was why I was a little bit concerned. But that is delicious.
You know what's nice about it? It's a lot lighter than you think it's going to be.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you put cream in that, it will be heavy.
Mm-hmm. But the mushroom flavours are absolutely
really
intensified by that roasting.
Yeah. I think everything, when you roast everything, it's intensified. Tomatoes are great, and we've done that roasted tomato soup.
Yeah,
Yeah. Roast things first is beautiful.
absolutely.
But like I said, there's no nut. No nut. You can't really
You can't taste the
a nut
nut.
thing going on.
There's also no taste of celery, which is a
Which you're
woo-woo for me.
not keen. Yeah,
'cause
we all know that celery
celery
is used in a lot of things
Yeah.
as a background flavour, but you don't really get like proper celery, do you?
No.
Oh, that's really good. So let's put it up on a little bowl. I'll take a thumbnail of it. I think jobs are good, don't you?
I think so. I think that is an absolute. I'd give that score-wise a solid 9 out of 10.
Yeah, absolutely. And it didn't matter that you left that little tiny bit of time
No,
in
it
it.
didn't.
Because
And the
it's-
bay leaf.
Yeah, it was
Oops.
fresh, and to be honest, it just blitz into it.
Yeah.
We'd advise you to take out those things if you want.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing a soup that might have rosemary in it, because that's kind of more of a wood, but
Absolutely.
you know, it's a little tiny sprig of thyme to make a blind bit of
Yeah.
difference.
And they were both the bay leaf and the thyme were fresh out the garden, so it wasn't like it was a dry.
I suggest you say please subscribe, whatever, because I'm going to keep eating this
Yeah,
and it'll be gone.
stop doing that. Okay, so if you're not already, please do subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you can see when we're around. We're around a lot at the moment.
3 or 4 videos a week now. I
Trying
think.
to do our best. So, and if you've got any friends that like cooking or just me being mean to John, then tell them to subscribe
Yeah,
to
yeah.
it, because
Come
why
support
not?
her.
You know, women's rights and all that.
I probably
business.
deserve it.
You probably do. Anyway, I'm going to go now.
Oop, I said I've just got a camera, and I can't even do a decent camera stop today. Go on.
He's had a cocktail, that's the problem.
I know.
Gone straight to
It
his
was
head.
very nice.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Try the soup, it's fab, and we'll see you all again soon.
Well
Bye for
done,
now.
Hugh Fernie Whittingstall, that's what I can say.
Bye for now.